All right, everybody, welcome back into another episode of the Mark Lesko podcast. Joined by Brett Cable once again. Amare Cambell is leaving, which we were waiting on. Probably wanted too much money.
Yeah.
Talking to Chris Gorky, we're in a group chat with him, and he's a little upset right now because, he thinks that maybe Campbell's being cheap, which, we'll talk about that. What the heck? We'll talk about that. But, Amare Cambell is gone. Rocco Becht commits, and their backup quarterback commits. I think their backup is, a 4 or 5 star guy, right? Or no?
He's a top 10 quarterback in his class. So he's a legit talent. So, yeah.
Yeah, so I would imagine one reason why Grunk left is because he knows that he's going to be waiting. So, to at the earliest next year. So, Amari leaves. I liked Amare Cambell. He was my MVP of the season. He really stepped up after Rojas went down. I thought he was pretty good. Now, is he like he did as much as he could do in the position he was in. He lost his right-hand man. Is he like a Paul Puzzlesny or a LeVar Arrington or a Dan Connor or Navarro Bowman, Mike Motti? The thing about him is he had instincts, very good instincts. So Lavery, how you doing? Is that a girl or a guy? Lavery. He had instincts, man. That's what you need as a linebacker. That's what makes Penn State linebackers what they are, is because they have instincts. They don't have to be the fastest, the biggest, the strongest. You have to have instincts. That's true in linebacker in a linebacker role, because you have time to read, and a running back, you have time to read. So Campbell, first honest guy. It's about the money. Break a leg, kid. Yeah. So yeah. I don't know if he said that, did he? What's up, Lisa?
What's that?
He didn't say he was about the money, did he, Campbell?
He technically did. So in his Hayes Fawcett post, like saying he was going in the portal, he said, love my guys at Penn State, love the fans, everything. He talked glowingly about all that. He said, unfortunately, I was put in a difficult situation yet again, being underappreciated. So him saying he was underappreciated means they're not trying to pay him enough money for what he thinks he deserves. So he said it without saying it.
Yeah.
It was about money.
I don't know. I don't think he's good enough to be paying like top dollar for.
Yeah, we don't. I wish we knew the number, because like he deserves to be paid. Obviously, he's a very good player. But
they should have said, this is as much as we can give you. Take it or leave it, which they probably did. But
that's probably what they did. Yeah.
Same with Chaz Coleman, like Chris said about paying him, whatever he wants. But the thing is, we still don't know what he's going to be totally. I mean, he's going to be probably one of the best defensive linemen in the country. But, does that mean he's worth a couple million? I don't know. And that doesn't mean, I don't know, like getting top tier talented guys right now, I don't know if that's what we're going to do or if that's a possibility. I mentioned Kirk Cignetti about him not having a ton of talent, but yeah, like you said, Brett, there's only one Kirk Cignetti, really.
There really is. And just to add to, now it is unfair. So we talked about this with Chris too. Like whatever position you are, like there's categories on what you're worth, what you're going to be paid. Like defensive ends, like elite ones, get paid a lot. Quarterback, obviously, defensive tackles are costly. There's just certain positions that cost more, right? Unfortunately, linebacker and like running back, those are a dime a dozen when it comes to, you can kind of just get a guy and it's not going to cost as much. Those aren't positions of need that show off the screen, like it's like elite players. So not that they're not elite players, but you know what I'm saying? Like there's just certain positions that are going to be paid more. So it's not fair that it is that way, but it is that way. So there's nothing you can do about it. Yeah, you could try to pay a little bit more to keep the guy to stay, but they have a budget. If it's $30 million or not, they're going to have to pay a lot of defensive tackles money to come here. We don't really have many. Maybe an offensive lineman or two they might have to get, right? Like there's a lot of positions of need still for Penn State. So,
yeah. Lisa, nobody else is complaining, so I don't think they're being cheap. Yeah, I don't think they're being cheap. They're just not paying guys maybe what they want. This coaching staff isn't going to be a player entitled staff, that's for sure. Indiana signs Hoover and Marsh. Yeah. But, I don't know. Are they – yeah. Any player is going to think, like, I'm worth $2 million. Like, if they play – if they're an Amare Cambell, Nick Marsh, whatever, they're going to think they're worth, like, $2 million. Is that true? Not always. We are going to be fine. Yeah. Someone said about the thin defensive line, thin linebackers. Yeah. Tish and Rojas will be our starters. Tash, yeah. Tash is a good player.
Yeah. They'll get a guy in the portal, too. Probably that Iowa State guy. I forget his name, but he's a middle linebacker, so.
Yeah, that's what Chris said, Tyshawn, that Amare is replaceable, which he is. I mean, like, there's certain guys that I didn't want to lose. I didn't want to lose Quentin Martin. I didn't really want to lose Grunk, but I kind of knew that he'd probably leave.
Yeah.
I didn't want to lose Yvonne. Didn't want to lose Chaz. Didn't want to lose Kobe Howard, Tyzier. We kept all those guys except for Chaz. So, yeah, the guys that we need to keep, we're keeping. And we have Arrington, too. Arrington's going to play a lot next year. I was hoping Tony Ross could talk. Yeah, he probably tried to.
He probably tried, yeah. I mean, they're boys, so both from Virginia, yeah.
But you got to think.
Yeah, Bacon's a linebacker. Yeah.
You got to think, Bacon. So, when they said Bacon, I thought we need to get some Bacon strips next year. Some strip sacks.
Yeah.
Whatever it may be. Get some Bacon strips. They always have the clever signs on the sideline. They had Danton Island back in the day when Danton Lynn was the corner. That's back when Darrell Revis was doing his thing. Yeah, but I think we're going to be okay. What it's coming down to is really there's certain guys we need to keep, and we are keeping them. But they're going to bring people in. So at the end of the day, who they're bringing in and who we're keeping, I think we're going to be just fine. Then on top of that, with our schedule, I think it's favorable. Now, here's the thing. I was talking to Brad about Chaz Coleman. He wants money. Someone just said that Ohio State said he has too much. Franklin may pay that. But, again, it doesn't matter. Like, if he goes to freaking Virginia Tech, Chaz Coleman, he could be the next Reggie White. It's not going to mean a thing. So, you go there, build your own resume. As a team, you're not winning anything important. Alex Tash is going to have a great offseason. He's to stay healthy. Yeah, I like him a lot. Are you just taking all of Iowa State players? I'm not taking anybody. I don't know anybody that's on the staff, so I'm not taking anybody.
So
I don't know why
obviously that's who they're gonna get first, buddy, because obviously that's where Matt Campbell came from. They're getting their best players. We have the number 1 transfer portal ranking right now. I know you're salty, but it is what it is. Just look up the ranking.
Yeah, and there's no Penn State players coming to Virginia Tech, which is kind of funny. So, still waiting to hear about Cam Smith as well. How many Penn State guys have they gotten? Players.
Virginia Tech. Well, they're probably going to get Luke Reynolds, so that's fine.
Yep.
We just got 2 tight ends and we have Rapp, so we're going to go over all that. So.
And Luke Reynolds will fit in perfectly at VT. So,
yeah.
Mark, I usually agree with you, buddy, but you are wrong on paying a Campbell because he is a badass man, brother.
Yeah.
Well, how much would you pay him? Like $2 million? Like that'd probably be the highest paid linebacker in the country, and he's not the best linebacker in the country. So, Campbell needs some of his players here, especially this year, to start culture and his away. Becht and Mansky got him. Where do you see PSU ranking Big Ten portal rankings? We're number 1, bro. We're number 1. We're literally number 1 in the country right now. Amare cried about how he's undervalued again, just like, yeah.
Just like UNC, yeah.
I mean, if you want to leave, you leave. You know, It is what it is. Best of luck. I don't think it's the best. I don't think the grass is greener for a lot of these guys.
No, and Amare Cambell wasn't even great at UNC. He really showed out on the scene this year.
Especially if you're going to VT, man. Like that's a terrible decision. I don't care who you are. That's a terrible decision.
VT's not going to pay him big bucks to go there.
No, they don't have money.
No.
They don't have the money to be paying Chaz Coleman or whoever.
Check a private chat.
Yeah, maybe LSU. Yeah, I did. Any USC players coming? Maybe, hopefully a receiver, maybe, but I don't know. Who do they have? The big concern seems to be DT.
Yeah, we're gonna have.
Yeah, who does USC have that we would get, Leonard? I'm not sure. The real truth is only Gronk, Campbell, King Mac, and E. Washington are guys. Really, yeah, pretty much. Best tight end room in the country.
100%.
Yeah, we have 6'7", 6'6". We have Rap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have Brian Kordovich. Yep. I mean,
Brian Kordovich. How tall is Rap? 6'6"?
6'4". He's, but that's tall enough. I mean,
that competition room is going to be insane. So we've got 6'6", 6'7", and 6'4".
Yep.
If you're 6'4" and you're the shortest person, you're either in the NBA or you're just in a really stacked tight end room. So Coleman going to play for Kiffin. It's pure justice if it happens. Yeah, Kiffin has no character. So USC has an edge who is solid. Okay. Who's the backup QB? Mansky now. Our whole QB room is gone. We have 2 quarterbacks right now. That's it. Well, no, we don't. We have Peyton Falzone. He's coming in, right?
Coming in, yeah.
Maybe Falzone. I don't know.
Yeah. Mark, did you check your?
Yeah, I did. I sent it.
Oh, you did? Okay. He said to send it in the text.
I can't. Well, maybe I can. Hold on.
That's what he said.
I'll send it in the text. By the way, up in here in my head has been like hurting a little bit, and my nose is like the left side of my nose is like sensitive, so it must be like a sinus thing or something. But it almost feels like a little headache. It's annoying.
Yeah, it sucks.
Yeah, good salesman there that can sell a ketchup popsicle to a woman in white gloves. Falzone is a baby, though.
Yeah. Yeah, we're not going to need him. I mean, we need Becht to stay healthy. If Becht doesn't stay healthy, then we need Mansky to stay healthy. So, yeah, it's going to be a tough situation, but.
Speaking of Tommy Boy, Big Tom, greatest salesman to ever walk the face of the earth. Franklin is not even close to Big Tom. So I don't want to insult Big Tom by saying that he's like Franklin, because that's a line from Tommy Boy. He could sell a popsicle or a ketchup popsicle to someone in white gloves. Thank you, Lisa.
What's up, Chris?
Seasonal sinus might be an atmospheric pressure thing. Yeah, that's the thing, dude. It must be, because it's annoying, man. Campbell was a headache for Hawkeye fans.
He's definitely a good X's and O's coach. We know that,
Yeah, Chris. So go ahead and give your thoughts, man. We're going to get into Coach Campbell. Pretty much what we were going to talk about is what you were talking about. So if you can, let's talk about Amare first, then QB1 situation, and then Coach Campbell, if that's all right with you.
Yeah.
Or if you just want to give your piece, you can just give your piece if you want.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of the order you just gave. So the Amare Cambell
it's on the side. Can you see it?
Can
you see it on the side?
See what?
The thumbnail, like on the front here.
Yeah, Amare Cambell, QB1, Coach Campbell.
Oh yeah, that's fine. The Amare Cambell thing, for the people that don't know, he was asking for a ton of money. I don't know exactly how much, but he was asking for an outrageous amount of money apparently, and they're trying to negotiate with him. It just wasn't working out, so he's leaving. I'm not hugely upset with it. I know he's a good player. But it's like I said when I was on the other night, the way they do NIL, it's kind of like a similar model to an NFL, not the same, but you have different positions are slotted for different amounts of money. Obviously quarterbacks at the top where they, a big time quarterback can make anywhere from $2 to $4 million, give or take. Some guys make more. Portal offensive tackles, defensive tackles are not just portal, but in general are next. Those positions are high need. Defensive ends, then wide receivers, running backs, tight ends, linebackers, they're more at the bottom of the rung. So if Amare Campbell's overplaying his hand, there might be some school out there that might give it to him, but you're not going to be paying like $1 million for a linebacker. Now, I don't know what Chaz Coleman was asking for, but you do pay that for a top defensive end if you can manage that in your budget. Like, I think Chaz Coleman down the road is going to be a top edge player. I mean, the kid's just that talented. So someone like a Chaz Coleman, I wouldn't be upset with if they splurged a little. But a linebacker like that, like Amare Cambell, you don't. That's just how it works. And 2 updates. I don't know if you guys saw this or mentioned it. We also got Iowa State's second tight end, Gabe Burkle. So, and he was, I think, close to a 4-star portal ranking, and he's younger and will be around for a while. A lot of these Iowa State guys, except for this Gabe Burkle, maybe one other guy, they're only here 1 year. They only have 1 year of eligibility left, the guys that are coming in. Well, some of the top guys that I saw coming in. Now, Mansky obviously has a lot of years left, but this Gabe Burkle is another very good tight end that's going to be here with us. We have 3. Well, there's 4 defensive linemen, it seems, coming in for a visit. I know everybody's worried about the defensive line. I get it. So they have 3 guys coming in. They got this Alex McPherson is a defensive end. He was a 3-star. I forget where he's from, Colorado. I saw his film. He looked pretty good. He has some pop to him. He went to IMG, which, always gets a lot of talent. They're all just 3-star guys, portal rankings, but, some of those portal rankings, they don't always mean everything. And then they have 3 defensive tackles coming in, a Malcolm Alcorn Crowder, Keanu Williams. I think Williams might have been from, he was from UCLA. So he's a big boy. He's a big one tech. He's like 320 pounds already, 6'5". So he's following his coach. Well, they're visiting. They're supposed to be visiting, I think tomorrow they're visiting. So I don't know if he's going to, if he's coming all the way across the country to follow his coach and visit. I would think he's probably going to commit. And this Malcolm Crowder guy, he was from, where did he go to school? He was from Kansas State. I heard about him early on. He's 6'6", 305 pounds. So we're getting the big bodies. Like the one thing Danton Lynn likes and Campbell seem to like are bigger body defensive tackles. That doesn't mean you just get some 330-pound fat slob that can't move and plug him in there. But they do like bigger bodies that could hold up better at the point of attack, it seems. And there's another guy named, I don't know how to pronounce his name, Armstrong Nodum. And he was originally recruited as an edge, but he's up to 290 pounds. So he's going to be, if he's 290 pounds, he's obviously going to be another D tackle. He was at Oklahoma State. So that's 3 defensive tackles we have coming in to visit tomorrow. So I just wanted to give that as an update. The other thing I was just going to say real quick is I was texting, getting a little upset, probably over nothing with Mark and Brett. I just want to make sure Like this year's an anomaly. We lost a ton of guys, so you can't splurge big for a couple big players when your roster's so depleted and you got to replace them. You have to kind of go bargain shopping. That's okay for this year. But the point I'm making is after this year with recruiting, the biggest gripe of Franklin was how he spent NIL. Like he didn't want to spend. I don't want to repeat myself a million times here, but he just didn't spend for guys. We got a ton of studs in state in 27. You got like borderline 5-star guys, 2 receivers, Matt Gregory, Khalil Taylor. You got the top back in Keemon Spell. You got one of the top linemen who could be a swing guy, tackle or guard, and Maxwell Heller, I think his name is, from Coatesville. And he already loves Trout. Now, Franklin did a good job somehow with these 27 guys of getting most of these guys to commit, even though he wasn't paying them. We're going to have to pay it. Like, they don't have the same relationships yet with Campbell. And I already saw a thing with Khalil Taylor, who's looking at national programs and all that. And I just pray to God that, going forward, if our NIL is decent now, it's never going to be Ohio State or Oregon or anything like that. But if it's decent, you got to spend in recruiting. Like, there's guys talking about, like, just get a bunch of 3-stars, develop them, and then replace what you have to in the portal. Like there's a theory out there. If you only have money to spend big in the portal or spend big in recruiting, what do? Well, most schools do both, your top schools. So in the blue chip ratio thing is what I was telling you about. Like, everybody has to stop talking about Indiana. Indiana is an anomaly. They're an outlier. What Indiana did will probably never be done. That's probably the best coaching job I've ever seen. You're not, there's something out there called the blue chip ratio. Okay, that's what Bud Elliott started however many years back. And that's how many 4- and 5-star guys you have on your roster. And every single national championship team since he's been doing it has had over 50% blue chip ratio. Usually you're up in the 60, 70%. I think one of the lowest national championship teams that won it was Michigan a few years back. But most of these teams, like, there's a direct correlation of recruiting rankings, okay, top 10 classes, and how they do in the playoffs. Now, obviously, there's some that just that recruit well, but can't figure it out and get over the hump. But, there's a reason Ohio State's always good. There's a reason Georgia's always good. There's a reason Bama was good. You got to recruit well. You can't just go out, get a bunch of 3-star guys, say, oh, Matt Campbell's a good developer and think we're going to be okay. No, you still got to bring in the talent. So that's all I really wanted to say. And it's, not everybody's going to be in Indiana. That's an outlier, huge outlier. Yeah. But that's all I really wanted to say.
Yeah, I hope I would assume that they are preparing for the future. And next year they already have in mind. So right now, I'm not sure exactly. I think right now there's only so much they can do. And, you said, Chris, about us not being an Ohio State or an Oregon with NIL. I mean, I hope that because we have so much support, I hope we can get to the point where we're one of the top paying programs. I want to be that.
That's up to the whales and the donors. I mean, supposedly they like Campbell's approach. The whales absolutely turned Franklin off. Franklin turned the whales off. Like, he didn't. It wasn't that they weren't too fond of him. It wasn't that they hated him. They didn't have confidence in him. That's my understanding from what I was told. From what I was told, it's still Penn State. There's still a lot of what people call Joe bots, where a lot of the old timers still don't believe in, and it's the old timers that have money. They still don't believe in paying, college athletes, and it's not their cup of tea. And the fact that the school still doesn't honor Joe really hurts them. I have a good buddy of mine that knows a BLT member. This is a different one that says, like, the guy's the CEO of some company, says, I won't donate until they honor Joe. And they're never going to do that, unfortunately. So, it's an uphill battle. But if you're having, like Lavery just said, Lane Kiffin's supposed to be getting like $25 million. They're going to splurge. Now, these numbers may never be exactly accurate or whatever, but $30 million is a good amount of money. Let's make some moves. I'm just worried that Matt Campbell kind of has this idea in his head of what he did at Iowa State. He's such a good developer that like he could get these low-level 3-star guys, you know, and he could just develop them up and figure, oh, I got a little more money now. You know, I could splurge a little bit. I could get a couple better players and I'll be good. No, this isn't Iowa State. This is Penn State. You know, we got to recruit with the big boys if you want to win. So, you know, hopefully everything works out.
I think he knows that, you know, he's going to have access to better talent, right? He's at Penn State, so he's going to recruit the guys that he knows he can win with. I have faith in him. You know, there's confidence in that. I don't know if you saw, Chris, we got Brett Elselskin, or however you say his last name.
Elston. Yeah, he's a pretty solid player too.
We just got him, so they're coming on board like crazy today, guys. So that's good.
Yeah, listen, Brian Doan, who is one of the national recruiter guys for 24/7. I mean, I think it was last week or maybe not a week ago, 3-4 days ago. He said that there's up to like 12 to 15 Iowa State guys he mentioned that he said he was ready to put a prediction in for all 12 Iowa State guys to come to Penn State.
Yep.
So,
and they're getting the best ones most of the best ones from Iowa State. There's a couple other good players looking elsewhere for a bag, but we're getting the ones that, you know, that can add into the Penn State talent. So
Leonard just asked, Denmark is coming back. It's official. Yep. He's coming back.
Yeah,
so,
which is
Denmark's
great.
Coming back. Yeah. Guys, please like, share, subscribe. Thank you, X2Gen Gambler.
Yeah.
Chris,
that I don't think we saw that coming. Denmark stand, Chris. That's
well,
that was up in the air.
Otten?
I think if the previous coaching staff was still here, he'd be gone.
Yeah.
Because he was, you know, I mean, he tried to, like, you know, he was mature as fuck about, like, you know, the process and the getting developed and waiting, but it just got overplayed where, you know, the guy had talent and it just so, you know, I'm sure hopefully Campbell and the new offense coordinator and stuff are going to give this guy more of a fair shake than what Franklin did.
He's got Noah Pauly now, so I mean that's going to be good.
That's it's going to be just better overall.
Yeah.
And what happened to the receivers this year is literally like a tragedy. What happened with them? This previous staff they ruined opportunities for so many players and coaches. They just ruined it. It was an absolute dumpster fire. It's insane. But you know, at the end of the day, please like, share, subscribe, guys. Help support us, support the channel, get us to 2,000 subs. You can support us monetarily, super chat, thanks button, membership, whatever you want. But thank you guys for tuning in. We're 100 plus live viewers right now.
Thomas James has made a comment about Denmark and Elston is watch for Chase Sowell. Chase Sowell is one of the top portal receivers. He's another Iowa State guy that is leaning. There's already predictions in for him to come to Penn State. So you got Kobe Howard in Denmark, and then you got Chase Sowell and this Elston with the tight ends. That's pretty good. You know, that's really good. You know, so I can understand not going out and getting a huge portal guy somewhere else or spending on a Nick Marsh if you're bringing those guys in. Like, you know, that's okay to be, you know, pick and choose your battles there. But
because you're going to have an offensive coordinator who's going to actually throw the ball down the field and give these guys a shot. That's the biggest difference. We're not going to do screen passes and all this garbage that we were doing the last 2 years. So Josh Hoover just went to Indiana, Chris. So that's pretty good pickup for them.
Well, Indiana got a lot of money now.
Yeah,
I don't. From what you know, Mark Cuban is a graduate of Indiana. I'm sure he's throwing them a ton of money.
Wow. Yeah.
I don't know. That's a manly sport. He's the opposite of that.
Sowell got 1 year left, Thomas. And if you go on 24, type in Chase Sowell 24/7. And click the link on his profile, and you'll see a prediction for him to go to Penn State.
He was on campus yesterday. He might still be on campus, so we might hear about him next. So, yeah.
Hopefully.
He's 6'3", 210 pounds.
Yeah, he's a big boy. He's a big body. And that's another thing that you could tell historically that Campbell liked was taller receivers. He liked bigger receivers because corners are getting bigger. You know, like, you know, it's
6'1", 6'2", 6'3",
Yeah, Otten's another guy that, like we said, needs to stay. But, we have 100 plus live viewers right now, guys. So
we're still waiting to hear about sorry, Mark.
It's all right. There's a bit of a delay.
I was going to say Otten and Lyric Samuel, they're still negotiating it, I guess, because we haven't heard anything.
Yeah.
So.
Chris, can you speak on the running back? What you told us about that? Can we say that?
Hanson?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't remember what I said, but I don't think I said anything you couldn't say.
Anthony Ivy.
Hanson?
Anthony Lynn is the coach
I don't know how true that is. Like, I haven't seen insiders mention it, but I have seen some.
Yeah, I've heard it.
His name floating around. Anthony Lynn is Danton Lynn's father, and he's been an NFL running back coach for a long time, Chargers head coach. And a buddy of mine asked me about it, and I thought he was just like, messing around. But then I looked into it. He said, no, there's rumors he's coming. Now, some idiot on Wikipedia, because you could go edit your own stuff on Wikipedia, put Anthony Lynn as the 2026 running back coach. But this same guy also put Sataki as our head coach, edited that. And he put Brian Dabble as the head coach, edited that. So I don't know how true that is, but the running back situation is really good. I mean, I think Tiki Hayes, from the time he came on campus, was supposed to be one of the better looking young backs. You got Martin, you got Tiki Hayes, and this Carson Hansen's a pretty good running back. And I don't know if you got a new follower. Lavery seems to know his stuff pretty good.
Yeah,
there's a good grinder in between the tackles named AJ Phillips Jr. from South Dakota State, put up huge numbers. That's coming for a visit. So we're going to be fine running back.
Carson Hansen's like 6'2", 220. He's a big guy. So
he's a big boy.
He can run through the tackles. He's got some speed too. He's not bad.
Yeah, he's a big boy. He's a solid running back. The other guy their other back was pretty good. He committed to Wisconsin.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think like with the whole honoring Joe, he's got 3 DCs on his defense right now. He could have a former NFL coach as a running back coach. I think all of it's going to fall in together, and to be cheap or not pay guys, maybe that's not happening right now. This isn't even his roster. I think that's something he's going to do, because that would be, I think, a little out of character if he were to do what Franklin did. I mean, that's just that would be bad. I know what you're saying, Chris, and I hope that's not true.
Yeah, it's like I said, I just get a little worried, like some of the things I've seen and what people are saying, and I just hope this guy could not think I could just do what I did at Iowa State and sprinkle in a couple of good players here and there, and I'm going to be good. I hope you really got to tap recruiting.
I think if he thought I'm going to do what I did here, then he probably wouldn't have taken the job. You know what I mean? I don't know.
That's true. Well, Iowa State had no money. You read their message.
No money at all.
They had nothing.
He has so much. He has so much that he has so much at his hands right now, so much at his fingertips right now that he did not have at Iowa State. I mean, it's crazy.
That's the thing. We're probably able to get some of these Iowa State guys at a discount because they weren't making anything at Iowa State, really, right? So we're probably able to.
Exactly. Yeah, yes.
That's a good point.
We're definitely getting them at a discount, and that's the thing with there's people that are afraid to spend in recruiting because then you don't keep the guys, and what if they leave? Well, you don't have to keep paying them if they leave. There's 2 things to that. Like Andrew Olish and some of the guys that Franklin paid that got overpaid. You don't have to continue to pay them. I know contractually you would think you'd have to, but they're not. You don't have to. And the other thing is, once you get guys here on your roster and, they get with their boys or teammates, they feel comfortable with the coaches, you have a better chance of retaining them. Will you lose some? Yes. But you look at a lot of these Iowa State guys, Rocco Becht could have went other places and asked for a ton of money. Alex Maskey's a pretty darn good looking, young quarterback recruit. He could have went and got starter money for somewhere else. A lot. Marcus Neal is one of the top, might be the top safety in the portal. He could have easily asked for more money somewhere else, I'm sure. So my point is, once you get kids here, it's easier to keep them here when they're around their teammates and they're comfortable with their coaches.
Yeah. So like Thomas just said, you don't have to spend it all in one day. I don't know. I just think that there's certain guys that they're not paying or won't pay because they don't want they don't feel that they're worth paying that much, I guess. Now, if you're a high school kid like a Finney or an O'Brien, and you offer them McDonald's coupons, and then Notre Dame offers them $500,000, like you can't be doing that.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I know we're not going to be Oregon, and we're not going to be out giving like linebackers millions of dollars and things of that nature. But you got to at least you have to at least pay market value. If you have a Brandon Finney and he wants $400,000 to come here, and someone else is offering him $1.5 million or $1 million, okay, I could see. Maybe you can't do that, but you got to at least offer market value. Now, and everybody says, what's market value? And you don't know for sure, but there's good ideas. You could research it on the internet where it tells you what each position's kind of work and the valuations and what they go for. Just offer market value. I mean, these NIL events I was at, and they didn't do it for everybody, but like I was straight up asked their NIL guys, how much do you pay the freshmen coming in? The freshmen are your top recruits. Not all your top recruits. He said we give them $50,000. They give them $50,000. Certain guys when the stars align, they'd offer more. But you can't be giving. Some guys that are better, maybe you give them $100,000. You can't do that. You can't go out offer guys $100. You can't offer a Joey O'Brien at Top Targets $100,000 or whatever it is.
We got Bacon.
Yeah, he's got Bacon.
There you go.
Yep.
While other schools are offering $400,000 or $500,000.
Chris, the thing is, like, we don't pay guys millions of dollars like Alabama, Oregon, but what have they done since the NIL era? What have they done? They haven't won a national title.
Oregon's right on Oregon's in the Final Four right now. I mean, look at the studs Oregon got. They're right. They're right there. Bama, they haven't done much because what's his face is struggling. The war, but I mean, it's you can't. People say, what people used to say about Here's two things I can't. My big things I can't stand hearing about NIL. Whenever a kid says. I made a post just recently, as on one of the message boards, saying what I'm saying. Like, you got to pay market value. One guy says, well, no, if a kid doesn't want to be here and he's just looking for money, then you're assuming any kid that's asking for market value is a bad fit, isn't going to work out. That's not fair to say that to a kid. Brandon Finney, I heard him talk. He's a great kid. He sounds great. Look at what he's doing. You can't just assume because a kid wants market value in NIL that he's a bad fit or he's not going to work out. That's an excuse. And then he used to hear, and then anytime we would lose a big recruit, David Blay was he would have been our number one D tackle this year. Last year was a top defensive tackle recruit from Louisiana Tech. He's actually a PA kid. And he went to Miami because we didn't want to pay him NIL. And at any time somebody would go to Miami who was a ton of money, I'd always hear people say, oh, let them overpay for this. Let them overpay for that guy. Well, guess what? Look where Miami's at right now. They're in the Final Four, and they just beat Ohio State. Okay? So enough with the overpaying stuff. It's not overpaying when you don't have it. Then other people will sit there and say, this model's not sustainable. This can't keep up. Why? Billionaires' money, the billionaires that are paying these guys, their money doesn't go away. They don't stop earning money. You think billionaires in Wales that are making hundreds of millions of dollars can't afford to give $50 million a year? But you think their money is just going to stop? It is sustainable. It's only went up. It hasn't gone down.
Yeah.
Caleb Bacon, guys, is 6'4", 240. So he's got 4 inches on Amare Cambell as well. So he's got length, everything you want in a linebacker.
Yeah.
He's an old school linebacker. I was watching film on him, and he's an old school linebacker. This old fashioned big boy in the middle. Not the fastest, most athletic, but he looks like he's pretty instinctive, could read and react well, and he looks like he's pretty good. Might get the other linebacker too. I forget the other one's name, but there's another guy that might come. Yeah. Something with a B, Berzina or something like that.
We just flipped a high school guy too, guys. 2026 athlete. You might know him, Chris. Josiah Zayas, 6'2", 200 pounds from New Jersey, Edison, New Jersey. He'll be a wide receiver, defensive back. Yep. He offers from Wisconsin, Boston College, Wake Forest, and Syracuse.
So, Chris, you think
Mark, I'm cutting out. I was trying to get you to text me the link on my phone because the connection's better. But this thing's like everything's frozen here, so I'm going to cut out if you guys.
I sent it in the text.
I'll talk to you guys later. Have a good night, everybody.
See ya. We got Carson Hansen now too, guys. We just got him.
I think he was delayed a little bit, dude. He kept like.
Yeah. Isn't that crazy? We just got Carson Hansen too.
Carson Hansen.
It's blowing up, guys. We're getting everybody right now. It's unbelievable. We just got 3 guys in the last 5 minutes.
Josiah
6'2", 220.
Bacon. Where's I
sent them all in the group chat there.
Wait, what's this guy? Who's this guy? Brett what?
Brett Elskin?
Yeah, we got him.
Remember Brett's a receiver? I said we need a Brett.
Yeah.
That's
Iowa State transfer. Bacon. Who else?
We just got Carson Hansen, the running back.
Wow.
Blowing up. Yeah, Carson Hansen with Quentin Martin, dude. Quentin Martin 6'1", Carson Hansen 6'2". 2 big-bodied running backs, man. Quentin Martin's more of the receiving threat. Carson Hansen can run through the tackles, man. I was watching tape on him. He's pretty good.
Yeah, he's good.
Yeah, we're running the portal right now. Nobody's going to touch us, man. We're going to go crazy.
Yeah, we're winning the portal. Like, the portal, we're going to beat Frankie Boy out of the water with that. But that's the thing. I think we beat him in recruiting every year, too. You know? So, 140 live viewers. Yeah, Chris's internet was getting bad. But, yeah, for those of you guys listening, please like, share, subscribe. Support us monetarily if you can. Yeah, to Chris's point about paying or overpaying, Brett, did you hear that?
What's that? About overpaying?
About teams overpaying?
Yeah.
You know, I don't know. Maybe he would want to pay a Chaz Coleman like a big amount of money. I don't know.
Well, the people like Chaz Coleman, like I said, he was out the door. Like, he wasn't staying. So somebody else will pay him, whatever. Hopefully LSU gets him, so we don't have to hear Ohio State, try to brag about it and everything. So Merry Christmas, Penn State. It literally is like Christmas day for us guys right now. Because we've gone through a lot, so it's been rough.
Hollywood Smothers. Did you hear that, Brett?
What's that?
Hollywood Smoothers? Who's that?
Hollywood Smoothers. I think he just visited. Wait, let me see here.
The kid from State High finally got a Penn State offer too.
Really?
Who is that, Alex? They have a guy from Altoona on the team right now. Amare Cambell is worth the money. He isn't the class of the Ohio State or Michigan backers. He got pushed around. Penn State so far is having a great offseason.
That's quite the name, Hollywood Smoothers. Oh, he's a running back at NC State.
Yeah, okay.
That's a crazy name. 4-star transfer.
Yeah, so QB1, it's going to be most likely Rocco and then their backup quarterback. So, got a staff with them. Rocco is a McSorley type of quarterback. And, I think it's just going to be a good fit overall. I think they're going to do pretty good. So, ultimately we kind of have to wait and see, but we have our starter, we have a backup, we have Peyton Falzone coming in. But, like Chris said, hopefully we're setting up for the future. I think we are. But, we'll see. We're bringing in these guys right now. I mean, it's blowing up right now. Like, this is good timing for us to be on here.
Yeah.
We're getting guys left and right. So, overall, I think it's going to be okay. When it comes to paying guys big money, I don't know what they're going to do, but I don't know. I don't know. Chris was making the point about like Miami and teams like that, and it's working out for him. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't know what Penn State's going to do. I don't know what Campbell's going to do. Are they going to pay big money for guys? They could. I just don't know if they, whether it's the portal or recruiting, I don't know if they're going to pay big money to guys. For them, it's maybe because they don't have to. I don't know. Or like with Franklin, he was not a good football coach and he was a micromanager. So if he's the type of person to not pay big money, then it's not going to work. But if Campbell maybe doesn't do it, maybe they're okay. But Brett, what do you think about the QB room?
Yeah, so it's looking great so far. I give it an A, but I feel like we need another body in there, right? Like you need 3 quarterbacks, man. Like having 2 quarterbacks, that's tough because if one gets hurt, you only have one left. So it's obvious math, right? But I don't know if they can get another guy in the portal, like a lower level quarterback that looks good. They might want to come into the fold, but we might be in a rough spot, right? With just 2 quarterbacks this year. Like I said, if knock on wood, if everything goes well, you only need the 1 quarterback, but it's college football. These things happen.
Yeah.
Drew went down. Gronk had to go in and win some games for us. And then
we do have next year to not this year, but next year to consider as well. But
the room as a whole, it's looking good with QB 1 and 2. But yeah, I'm looking forward to Rocco Becht. I think he's a good player. So it'll be interesting to see what he does in the blue and white. And then I don't know too much about the Mansky kid, but people were talking him up. So I haven't really looked at his tape yet. There's been so much going on. But yeah, QB's looking good. We need at least another guy. You know what I'm saying? Like they might have to go grab a guy somewhere.
Do you think Penn State is going to drop money on this roster? Like, are they going to drop money or are they going to pay big money for players like in the future?
So, no, I think they are. So let's say we already have what? I lost track how many guys. We probably have 7 or 8 Iowa State guys already in the fold just from the transfer portal, like today and yesterday. So I'm thinking, yeah, we're getting those guys at a discount, but you're still getting a lot of them. So it adds up. Let's say 100,000 here, 200,000 there, 100,000 here. Like that adds up, right? So if we have 30 million, we should still we're saving our big bucks for the defensive tackles, right? That's what they should be doing. That's what's going to cost money, and that's where our biggest need is right now. Right now, linebackers looking pretty solid, right? We talked about who we have. We talked about who's coming in, Caleb Bacon. Cornerback's looking pretty solid. They might want to get another guy just for depth, right? For a depth piece, that makes sense. Safety, we got a safety today. We might want to get one more safety if we play 4-2-5. Or Zion Tracy's coming back, so if he's healthy, he'll play that as well. But you need depth players too in case somebody goes down. That's the thing. We need a lot of guys. So, I think they're gonna pay money for it. I think we all just need to sit down and it's the portal's looking great so far, right? So let's just keep rolling and keep churning, and let's just trust Matt Campbell and first and foremost trust Pat Kraft. He brought him in, and I think he's gonna micromanage in a way to where it's good. It's good micromanaging to where he's like, hey, go get that guy. Go get that big star right there. Oh, let's pay him $2 million or whatever it is. Like, let's go get him. So.
Yeah, I think Coach Campbell, he's going to do it the right way. I haven't thought once like he's doing it wrong or they need to do this or that. There's some guys I would have liked to keep, but it is what it is. I think they're going to spend the money they need to. especially like high school kids, like if they want 400,000 or 500,000 and that keeps them from going somewhere else, then yeah, you have to do that, and I think they will. But yeah, it's we're getting all these guys in the portal. I mean, we're getting a bunch of guys: running back, receiver, linebacker, quarterback. We're getting everybody. Tight end.
Yep.
I mean, what else could you ask for, man? Fred, thanks again.
TSU Dylan just made a good point. He said the staff is going all in on physicality at every single position, like size and physicality. Like if you look at the guys we got, none of them are slouches. None of them are small guys. So Penn State wants to bully people.
So thanks, Fred, for the donation.
Yeah.
I think you donated on an episode earlier today, so thank you for that. Iowa State started off hot this year until many injuries happened. I wish Grunk would change his mind. Dude, Gabe Burkle was 6'6", 255. So we have Salt Hansen and Pepper Martin is going to be great next season. Seen them shake, bake, backfield, running wild. Saw Kiffin was trying to get Rocco too. They'll drop money to get the O-line guys.
Dude, this is going crazy.
Yeah.
We just got another high school recruit, guys. It's going crazy right now. I can't even.
Yeah, Brett's keeping up with it. So we got 4-star offensive tackle, Centerville, Dayton, Ohio.
Yep.
Literally the same first and last name. Cool.
Wait, is that his name?
Yeah.
Cool. No, it's.
So that's his name. Cool
no.
the second. But yeah, we got this kid, Cole, I guess is his last name. 4-star guy. So
it's our first 4-star guy with Matt Campbell, so we'll take it. It might be Kual.
Case Evans, we got him.
We've had Case Evans. I don't know why he's.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I don't know why that's new.
We've had Case Evans for a little while.
With
that's right. So we have 3 quarterbacks. I'm not thinking. So
right.
We're gonna have 4 guys with Case Evans, Peyton Falzone. Yeah, we'll be okay. Those guys won't be ready yet, though. That's the thing. But they're there. So
yeah, I mean they're on a roll right now. Thank you, Leonard.
They're on a hater, like just unbelievable.
They are. Yeah, Cam Coleman's another guy that give $20 million to Cam Coleman.
That's a big dude. How big is he?
I don't know exactly how it works, going off of what Chris was saying, but if you give these guys big time money, Brett Eskelson, yeah. If you give these guys like big time money, like look at Bryce Underwood, man, they gave him $12 million. Like, holy crap, dude. Like, if you're worth it, then yeah, sure, pay him the money. But man, like Chaz Coleman, I don't know what he's going to ask for. I don't know what Amare's going to ask for, but I don't think Virginia Tech will be able to afford him. But yeah, I think he's doing the right things, man. Like my opinion of the guy has not changed, and we have Terry Smith there too. So I don't know. Chris goes on the message boards, and that's something Brett and we do not do. I stay out of those things, to be honest with you. Just I don't know much about them. They seem pretty toxic, but I get my information from other sources. But Chris is big in that, and Chris really knows his stuff. So he's in there and he talks and he gives us, he tells us some stuff that's talked about in there sometimes. So yeah. But Brett, I have a headache, man. So if you want to keep talking, you can. But I have a headache. I need to jump off.
Oh, okay. I was mistaken. This Kual, however you say this guy's name, the offensive tackle, he was a true freshman this past year. So, but he was a redshirt, so he'll have 4 years remaining. He's 6'6", 290, so he's a big guy. Like he's got the
huge.
length. He looks like a monster. So
he's an All-American.
So yeah, that's a transfer portal. He was an All-American in high school. Yeah, at the Navy, Army Navy thing.
Someone's got to tell us how to say it.
Please,
so
someone
cool.
tell us how
His
to
name
pronounce
is literally his first and last name at the same time. Yep.
Yeah, he's the second. So somebody really decided to go with that twice, which is crazy. If they did.
Yeah, Mansky, we got Becht, we got and Purdy, Breece Hall, David Montgomery. David Montgomery, man, he played in like what did they run, a 3-3-5? They ran a 3-3-5. David Montgomery was an end in a 3-3-5, and he's a freak. Like, you know how hard it is to be a freak D end in a 3-3-5? I mean, you got to be a serious athlete. So that's. But Brett, you can keep talking if you want, man. You want to keep going?
Yeah. I mean, we can. I mean,
can you jump off yourself?
I mean, we can wrap it up. It doesn't matter. Yeah. I mean, you guys. We're gonna be on soon again, guys. We're gonna be on Tuesday. Like, so we might even be on tomorrow night if something crazy happens. We'll see.
If something happens, we will.
But right now, like, there's almost too much going on. Like, I'm distracted. Like, I'm constantly like looking at Instagram. There's too many recruits coming in. Matt Campbell's on a heater. Amare Cambell is whatever. He left. We got a new linebacker in the fold. It's Christmas morning. It's Christmas Day all over again. And we're going to get other guys other than Iowa State guys, right? We're going to get other guys too, so don't worry. It's not going to be the Penn State Cyclones. It's not going to be that. It is going to be close to that, but we got plenty of guys staying. So that's all I got right now. So
all right, guys, please like, share, subscribe. Again, support us monetarily if you would like. Yep. Thanks, Chris, for coming on, and we will see you guys most likely tomorrow night. Yeah, we kind of already have a few, but all right, guys, have a good night.
We are.